Hello and welcome to Post, the channel where we discuss all things hockey and all teams. I have a feeling this is going to be a long video, so I'm going to try and rush through it pretty quickly. Months ago we ranked the NHL jerseys, and I think we need to redo that video again, so that's kind of why, and the new jerseys just released, so that's kind of why we're doing this video. I've ranked all the new jerseys, Adidas jerseys, 31 to 1 from my least favorite to favorite. I'm going to go through them now. You can give me your opinions on each and your thoughts on my rankings. Before I get into it, I'm planning on opening up a P.O. box so you guys can send us letters and anything you want, really. There's been a lot of requests for it. So before I get into this, I need you to let me know down in the comments if you're interested in that and if you do want to send me stuff. Because, you know, if you send any letters or anything, we'll definitely open them live on camera and make a video of it and do like a fan unboxing or whatever. We'll read the letters and it's just a way that we can interact with you guys as well and get to know some of you guys a little bit more. So if you like that idea, let me know down in the comments. All right, let's start off with number 31, the Chicago Blackhawks. And these are all their home jerseys, all the dark jerseys. Just nothing changed, and nothing's ever changed with this jersey in the past, 25 years. I don't hate it, but it just doesn't, I don't know, I like when things change. I'm a millennial, I guess. Yeah. I like new age things, so I'm kind of an idiot that way, but nothing's changed in this in a while, and that's why I ranked it last.
Yeah, I just want to start by saying I wish I actually had one of the new jerseys in my hands so I can actually get a feel for the actual fabric. Because I find with a lot of the images I've been looking at, the fabric almost looks fuzzy, if that makes sense. Like if you look at the logo on this one here with the Chicago Blackhawks, it almost looks like it's furry in some sort of way. It just looks so different than any fabric I've seen on a hockey jersey.
Well, they're supposed to be like 25% lighter or thinner.
Yeah,
or something like
unless
that.
It's maybe just the lighting in this particular photo, but it just looks that way. But yeah, again, you look at this really quickly and you instantly think, okay, well, what has really changed? There's not a lot that really pops out.
Other than the brand of jersey going from going from Reebok to Adidas.
Right.
Stylization-wise, it doesn't look like much has changed, and the hardcore Chicago Blackhawks fans will be able to point out the differences right away.
Oh, definitely.
Admittedly, I don't pay attention to the aesthetics of a lot of jerseys, hardcore, but...
Yeah, if I had to pick out one thing, I'm not a fan of the stitching around the arm, like right around where the elbow would be.
Okay.
You'll notice above the white rim, there's kind of a stitching of red.
Yeah, I see
and I'm
that.
thinking, okay, well, why does that stitching have to be there? Because the red ends at the white. So why do we have that extra stitch around there? But I'm being very nitpicky just to try to find something.
All right. Carolina Hurricanes. This is a bit of a big change here. They made the bottom of the arms dark. Kind of looks like a t-shirt.
I was going to say it looks like a hoodie.
Like a hoodie?
Yeah.
It does look a little bit like a hoodie.
Definitely looks like a hoodie, and I hate the black from the elbow down.
Yeah, that kind of bothered me. There's some other jerseys that did it too, but for whatever reason, I just didn't like it on this one. I don't like the amount of stripes on the bottom and the middle as well.
And I don't like the shoelace on the collar.
No?
I mean, I didn't even like that with the last line of jerseys.
I don't mind that.
I was never a fan of that.
I don't mind that. It looks much more fake in these Adidas ones because they don't have that area. But
yeah.
All right, number 29. Yeah, 29. The Rangers. Again, just based on the sole reason that nothing really changed. I don't hate the jersey. I wish they changed that logo. But I love the colors. It looks like a nice jersey. It's just that nothing's changed, and
it's very old school.
That's the only reason why I ranked it low. I do like the jersey.
Yeah. It's very old
Number
school.
28, the Islanders. Again, with the bottom half of that sleeve a different color. I just felt like it looked a little strange. So.
Yeah, for me, this one works, though. I actually like the white.
Yeah.
Now with the Carolina one, I thought it kind of destroyed it with the black. But this with the white, I actually like it on this one.
All right.
And I like the separation between the orange and the white with that little bit of blue.
All right, I respect your opinion. I love the colors of orange and blue. So this was tough to rank this so low, but 20, I don't even know what number I'm on anymore. 27. Again, just... nothing's really changed. Every time I look at the Tampa Bay Lightning jersey, I think of the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Right.
And I shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
But they're just so similar. I don't know. Again, no laces with this one.
Yeah, this is what you call two-tone, right? It's just the blue and the white.
Yeah.
There's absolutely nothing else going on. But instantly, my eyes go to this one because I don't have that shoelace around my collar.
Yeah.
I was never ever a fan of that.
I don't hate it. It's
That's just me.
Number 26, the Nashville Predators jersey. I think this is a huge step backwards. I much preferred the version they had last year. I don't like this at all, really.
The yellow's overpowering, in my opinion. There's just a little, well, actually, a lot of yellow.
I like the amount of
There's a lot of
yellow,
yellow.
but I don't know. I think this is a step backwards. I like the jersey they had before last year.
Yeah, I agree. I like the black around the collar though. That was neat.
The Boston Bruins jersey. This hasn't changed a lot. I think they changed the font maybe on the back and of the numbers as well. Just a very subtle change. Otherwise, it's pretty much the same thing. I don't hate it. I like that the laces are there, and I like that it's all black. When we saw the Rangers jersey, it was blue, and then there was a red patch right where the NHL logo is. But this is just straight black. I do like that. Again, 24. The Detroit Red Wings. There were some changes here compared to last year, but still, it's still a bit plain. I wish actually that the white at the bottom would have just been red like the rest of the jersey.
Right. Well, I mean, to me, it looks more like a sweater than an actual hockey jersey. I wish that there was multiple layers of white at the bottom instead of just, the one white wraparound at the bottom of the jersey.
White stripes?
Yeah, say if you had 3 white rings at the bottom, maybe 2 on the sleeves, but again, that's just me.
With that.
And the red is just so overpowering, you'd almost wish there was a bit of separation. Say if the collar up here was white as well, just to separate it a little more, I think that would really make it pop.
I think it should be more red. I think
more red.
Remove that white at the bottom and just be all red.
Man, you like red.
Yeah. The Ottawa Senators jersey, to me, the Ottawa Senators fans are going to be able to pick up the differences here, but it looks very similar to last year's, in my opinion. I don't remember what last year's looked like, so there is obviously some changes here. I think mostly on the arms, but
unless it's the lighting or this one is unique. I mean, is that black that's running all the way up the inside of the arm, like right up to the armpit?
I think it's just a shadow.
Could it be?
Yeah.
I was gonna say if that's black the whole way through, that's unique.
Yeah, I think
compared to any others.
It's just a shadow.
But again, I don't really like the black at the bottom of the sleeve. I think that just kind of throws it off.
One thing I actually love about this jersey is the black collar that goes around. I like that a lot.
I can't wait to actually hold one of these jerseys and feel the material.
All right, number 22. I wanted to rank this so much higher, but I think Calgary had a missed opportunity here. I would have loved to see them use the classic retro jersey that they wore so many times last year. I can't believe they went with this one, even though I do like that logo in black. I felt like the other one was stronger. And again, with the jersey, it looks like a t-shirt that's cut off with a different color. Not a big fan of it, but again, I don't hate this jersey.
Well, I think what would have really did this one would have been a black collar. And notice how the stitching's different?
I like that one. I like the stitching there.
See, that's not as bad. I don't like the 2 little strings that kind of just dangle around. But, I mean, that's still not something I would like, but it's a lot better. But again, with the black, why always black at the bottom of jerseys?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's strange. I'm not a big fan of that.
All right, moving on to 21, the Anaheim jersey. I ranked this a little higher than it probably should have been. I like orange and I like black together, but there's a lot going on in the arms there. There's like 3 or 4 different colors there. It's very unique, that shape of stylization on the arm. I don't like the orange stripe that goes around the top. That's basically the thing I hate the most.
This is my favorite so far.
This is your favorite?
Yeah, just because I like the color that's kind of running up the side as well. It's unique compared to any of the others. The color design on the arm is running on angles instead of just being cut off straight. This one actually has a lot of differences. The collar has, the collar has multiple colors. You have the orange stripe around the shoulders. This one is 100% unique compared to any of the ones we looked at so far.
This is my favorite. Unique, but wow.
I still hate that logo, though.
All right, moving on to number 20, the Edmonton Oilers. This is a goddamn shame. They had that orange jersey last year that was so much nicer than this one.
Oh, yes, it was.
I don't understand why they made the decision to do this. The orange jersey they had last year was tremendous.
Yeah.
I don't like the striping at all on this jersey. I still ranked it number 20 because it is an okay jersey, but I had to rank it lower than it should have been because of the decision that they made with the striping and the changes. What's your thoughts?
Well, for me, I do like the blue on the shoulders.
I do too.
I don't like the white stripes. No knock on the band. But I wish that instead of the white, it was actually a solid blue stripe, say like higher up, that would cover the two white ones.
Yep.
And then it would just be solid wraparound blue. Nice and
Okay.
thick. I think that would look a lot better than
I think it would too.
the three separate stripes we have here.
It looks like the stripes are thick. Like they come
Yeah, they
out
do
from the
look
jersey,
thick,
and that
yeah.
bothers me. All right, number 19, the Philadelphia Flyers. I actually do like this jersey. I like how the white comes down the side of the arm and then tucks underneath in front. I don't like that the bottom of the arms are black again. Like I think that's just gonna be. I'm gonna be a broken record here, but I apologize. But
I don't know
have to say
why every jersey is doing that. I wish it was the solid white had continued the whole way down to finish the sleeve. Again, the color separation on this one is unique. You know, the way it kind of comes down the arm but then kind of goes back around.
Yep.
You know, so that is unique. I really do like this, actually.
I think this jersey is going to look great from the side because the orange number is actually going to be placed on the white stripe. It'd be pretty cool. I don't like the white stripe at the bottom. I wish that was full orange. Number 18, the Colorado Avalanche. I do like this jersey. I actually have the old version of this jersey.
Right.
But Colorado, you really let me down. I thought you were going to go with the best logo in the league, the classic Colorado logo with the C and the circle in the middle. Justin's favorite logo in the world. Colorado, you let me down. It's a shame.
Colorado, you made me proud. Bury that thing. That thing is horrendous.
But
I mean, look at that logo. That's a nice logo.
I don't know. It was nice back in the day. It doesn't do anything for me right now.
Colors are great.
I love the colors, and I do like this jersey, but I just wish I had gone a different direction.
Yeah, I like the actual silver separation.
Yeah.
Between like the dark, I guess it would be a maroon shade between the blue and the maroon. I like that silver stripe. It's very nice.
Yeah, well said. All right, moving on to number 17, the Toronto Maple Leafs. Some changes here, definitely with the arms and the. They kept the laces, even though they're not the same style of laces they had last year. I don't hate it. I think there's a lot more blue, I think, in this than the previous version, which I like. So I ranked it 17.
In behind the Toronto Maple Leafs logo, if they had a solid white stripe that circled around, I think that would be great. If the collar was white as well.
Kind of like Minnesota put a stripe in theirs, which we'll see soon.
Yeah.
But. All right, number 16, the Washington Capitals. I've always been a fan of this jersey, but honestly, it looks like exactly the same as last year. I'm not familiar enough with the jersey from last year. It just looks like the exact same jersey, and for that reason, I couldn't rank it any higher.
Well, what makes a win for me is that subtle blue stripe that comes along the shoulders just kind of separates the red. Same with the blue stripe at the bottom, or else the red just would have been way too overpowering for me. Gotta have some separation in there.
Do you see the red thick stitching around the actual Capitals logo? I don't like that.
Yeah, it's almost a different shade of red.
Yeah.
Unless it's just the lighting, maybe.
Could be. All right, number 15, the Winnipeg Jets. I couldn't rank this any higher because to me it looks like the exact same jersey from last year, which I probably should know because it's in the other room there. I have one. But I like this jersey. It's just not enough changed for me. So for that reason.
I think some separation on the shoulders would have been great, but man, I have a soft spot for the Winnipeg Jets.
You love the Winnipeg Jets.
I love everything Winnipeg Jets.
All right, number 14, the New Jersey Devils. And I know a lot of people have been hating on this, and I think this is the unpopular opinion by me, but I actually think this was an improvement. Now, I think this was a missed opportunity because I wanted them to go back to the classic. Remember the original New Jersey with the green in there?
No, remind me.
I like that.
Was horrendous.
That was amazing.
Horrendous.
But I actually think this was an improvement. I like the black at the top, and I like the arms. So I had to rank this 14th.
Yeah, I don't like the arms with the white. I don't like the black at the top.
Yeah, you have the popular opinion.
To me, it doesn't work with that shade of red. And there's nothing at the bottom of the jersey minus
and
that little...
That's what I like.
Jeez, no, I'm not feeling this at all.
Thumbs up. Number 13, the Buffalo Sabres. I've really had a new love for the Buffalo Sabres colors and logo. For whatever reason, I really, really like it. I don't like the amount of stripes at the bottom of this one. I kind of wish that had been all solid dark blue. I like how they put the numbers on the front as well. I like that touch. Yeah, I like this jersey.
I'm not a fan of the yellow stripes.
Yeah.
Like, if anything, maybe they should have had just a solid white stripe at the bottom. Then again, I was never a big fan of that shade of yellow anyway.
I like it. Number 12, the Vancouver Canucks. Boom. By the way, this is a new hat, and this is a new shirt. So, thumbs up for the collection growing. I like this jersey. I like this solid big green stripe in the bottom and on the arms. I like it.
Oh, the blue and green is just so awful. So awful. I mean, these
amazing.
Do not clash whatsoever. Where's the green in their logo? There's no green. Why is there green?
Okay, I understand that.
Like, where are they pulling this green from?
I'm not sure where the green ever came from, but I do like it.
The old school.
The yellow one.
Yes.
The shirt that I wore in the video.
The old school Vancouver Canucks logo and color scheme. Brilliance. This, that is tacky.
I still like it. Number 11, the Arizona Coyotes. You know what I love about this is the black on the arms at the top.
It's different.
And then the numbers go in the black. I really like that. It reminds me of, I think it was the Philadelphia Flyers outdoor game, or Winter Classic, not the Winter Classic, Stadium Series jerseys from this year. Maybe it was the Pittsburgh. I can't remember. It reminds me of that.
Right.
And I like it. The thing I don't like about it is the white at the bottom. Again, it kind of makes it look like a t-shirt. But
yeah, it makes it look more like a sweater than an actual hockey jersey. But again, geez. I don't know. I almost wish there was something at the bottom of the jersey itself and not so much focus on the sleeves. All the busyness of this jersey is going on with the sleeves, the arms.
Number 10, if you've watched the last jersey ranking video, I've ranked, I think, this jersey last. Mainly because I'm a Canadiens fan and I'm overly critical of my team. And since then, I've kind of needed to give it a little bit more respect. I felt like it was ranked a little low as being a little bit too harsh. I do like this home dark jersey. I hate the away white jersey. It's probably the most ugly jersey in the league, I think. But this one I do like. I like the stripe, the big stripe in behind. That, I mean, they've had that forever, but that's compared to other jerseys, it's unique. There's only, I think, 2 other teams in the league that have that. I don't like the string at the top. It's just that one cross.
Yeah, I get that out of there. There's no need for that string to be there. Why does the string have to be there?
I don't know.
They scared the jersey's going to fly off, so you got to tie it in a knot.
I like the string. I just don't like.
I really like the color wraparound behind the logo, and I said that's what they should have did with the Toronto one. They should have incorporated some white around there to create some separation through all that blue.
Yep.
I mean, I really like this.
Awesome. Number 9, the Dallas Stars jersey. I think this is one of the best jerseys in the league. I'm a big Dallas Stars fan. It looks very similar to last year's. I don't notice too many changes. I don't like the bottom. I wish that had been just solid green. You probably would have hated that. But
and you're all pro for the solid colors.
Yeah, the solid colors.
The solid colors. Yeah. You know, it could be the lighting, but it almost looks like there's a different material on the shoulders than the actual chest part of the jersey. Yeah, that's interesting. You know, I can't wait to actually have one of these jerseys and really check it out for
Yeah, it's going to be expensive, but I think I might make the dive into getting an actual jersey just to experience it.
Yeah.
Number 8, the Columbus Blue Jackets. To me, this looks pretty much exactly the same as last year. I like the little star down on the arm, and I love the pinstripe of the blue, of the red and the white down the full arm.
Oh, you must love this. I mean, look at all that blue. That's solid color.
This is awesome. This is amazing.
No, I mean, it's not bad and all, but I wish there's a little more at the bottom. I mean, it's just so overpowering, the blue.
Yeah.
That's just me.
Number 7, the Pittsburgh Penguins. Again, they get that solid color, just a square where the numbers go on. I really like that, and I do have kind of grown on this jersey since I've seen it so much. I do like it a little bit more than the last ranking that we did. I don't. Again, the stripes at the bottom kind of bother me, but.
Is it just me, or does it seem like the logo on this jersey is larger than the logo on any other jersey we've seen?
Yeah, it's pretty big.
Like, I mean, that's a big penguin.
It is, yeah.
I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of the Pittsburgh Penguins logo. I wish they'd go back to the early 90s one.
Yeah, we've had that discussion before.
Yeah, I love that older logo. But again, I kind of like how the black goes up the shoulder and comes down just a little bit.
Yeah, me too.
Instead of just coming up, you know, and cutting off. So, I mean, that's a bit unique. I wish the yellow had it continued around the whole collar.
Number 6, this is going to be some controversy because I've ranked this so high. It's new Las Vegas Golden Knights logo.
Yeah.
I actually don't really like this logo. I hate the gold around the arms. It looks like felt or something. It looks fuzzy.
It's
like
almost made so that it sparkles.
Yeah, I don't like it at all.
Which is weird.
However, I love the bluish gray color of the jersey. I like the black on the arms, and I like the black along the bottom. If this was 5 years from now, I probably would have ranked this in the 20s, but just because it's new and it's something I haven't seen before, I had to put it in the top 10. Otherwise, those arms drive me crazy. I hate that gold. But
I wish they had just did gray and black.
I would.
That gold is atrocious. It almost looks like its own standalone material compared to any other jersey in order to have kind of that sparkle effect to it. And what the hell's the red doing there?
I don't know.
That makes absolutely no sense whatsoever.
The red's in their secondary logo,
and it sticks out so bad.
Yeah, it's a bit strange.
Where's the red in that logo? There's none. Well, let's put red.
There's a red stripe on the arm, but there's not at the bottom.
It's just weird to me.
All right, number 5, the Los Angeles Kings jersey. I don't notice too much of a difference from the previous last year's Reebok jersey, which I was a fan of, and probably why I'm a fan of this one. I really like the solid white stripe around the arms there, solid black at the bottom, and then the white or gray, silver pinstripe coming down and over the shoulders. I like this jersey.
See, now me, I wish the wraparound of the white here was actually smaller. It almost looks like they're elbow pads, excuse me, outside the jersey. I mean, it just looks so out of place. Like if those were gone and say you just had that white stripe going down the sleeves, like that would look incredible. And if you had some thicker white separation at the bottom.
Look how small the logo is compared to the Penguins one.
Yeah, why was the Pittsburgh Penguins logo so huge? Like I noticed that right away.
Yeah. Number 4, again, I think this is a missed opportunity. I really, really, really wanted St. Louis to go to that classic lighter blue with the lighter logo. I think it was their Winter Classic jersey? I can't remember. Outdoor game, whatever. I liked it. I loved it. It's one of my favorite jerseys. And I think this is a missed opportunity, but I still do really like this jersey. I'm a huge fan of blue and yellow. St. Louis is one of my favorite teams. I like this jersey.
I don't like the dark blue to end the sleeve. I wish the lighter blue had continued.
I do agree with that completely.
For the rest of the sleeve. I like how the yellow and white just kind of goes along the shoulder blades and then ends. That's unique as well. So I like that. But yeah, I really wish the lighter blue had finished the sleeve and not went with the darker one.
Well said. Good analysis.
Darker one.
Number 3, the San Jose Sharks, my second favorite team. I've always been a fan of the San Jose Sharks colors and specifically their logo. I like that it's a solid green on the bottom and just a minimal stripes on the arms. I absolutely love this jersey.
I really wish there was something going on at the bottom of the jersey. It's just so overpowering with that one color.
Heck yeah.
But hey, you're a fan of that.
Heck yeah.
I wish there was some more separation there.
Dang. Number 2, this might shock you a little bit. The Florida Panthers. We've had this discussion many times. We're not a huge fan of the new logo. I don't think a lot of people are. However, I absolutely love this jersey. You get that thick stripe going through the middle that matches the arms.
Yep.
I absolutely love this logo. I wouldn't change a thing.
Wow.
Geez, I wouldn't change a thing.
Those are strong words.
Wouldn't change a thing.
I'd be a fan of maybe some white at the bottom, maybe some white going on up at the shoulders. I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of red to begin with. And I mean, it is overpowering red, but I do love how they have that white and gold behind the logo wrapping around.
Yeah.
I really like that. Fits well with this one.
All right, moving on to number 1, the Minnesota Wild.
Woo!
This is the best logo in the league.
In professional sports.
In
my opinion.
San Jose Sharks might have a contender there. But the fact that they put the stripe in the back and match the arms, much like the last logo or the last jersey that we've seen, I absolutely love this jersey. I hope to own it someday. And when that day comes that I can wear that jersey in a video on this channel, will be a very, very happy day for me.
There's my tagline. Nice.
I
wish there was a little bit of the eggshell white color at the bottom.
Eggshell white.
Well, yeah, it's not official white.
It's like cream, creamish.
Yeah, rotten milk, I guess. But I'm not a fan of the red within the white on the sleeve. I wish that was gone and we just had the green and then the white.
Oh, snap.
But
dang.
that's just me.
I have to disagree there, but
The red really sticks out and just draws my eyes right in.
So let me ask you this. Of all the jerseys you've seen, what's your favorite?
Anaheim.
What?
Anaheim was my favorite.
Are you kidding me?
Yep. No, I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
That was my favorite. However, Minnesota Wild logo is still, hands down, the best logo in professional sports.
Down.
Yes.
Tagline.
The best logo in professional sports. I mean, look at that thing. That's a thing of beauty.
It is a thing of beauty.
Man,
yeah,
I love that logo. I could look at that all day.
All right, this video is probably a little long, so I do apologize for that, but thank you guys very much for watching it. We really appreciate it, and I know a lot of you guys have been requesting this video, so I hope you're at least a little bit happy that we did it. I know we probably disagreed with, or you've probably disagreed with my rankings, and that's okay. This is my list. It's not your list. Everybody's going to have different lists. This is just for fun, so thank you guys very much for watching. We really appreciate it. If you can hit the subscribe button down below, that would help us a lot, and if you like this video, hit the like button as well. Otherwise, we'll see you in a future video. Adios.
I should have brought up the swamp rabbits.